Morning everyone. So I try and plan these videos, or I did have a plan for the video today, and something unexpected came up this morning. We had to get the vets out again. So Bry's here at the moment because we had a heifer that was having problem calving. We think it might be a twisted uterus, but let's go and have a look and see what she reckons.
So it's a full anti-clockwise twist.
Oh yeah.
It's either alive or very freshly dead.
It is twisted uterus though?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. I think we're going to have to drop and roll her just because it's so twisted I can barely get my arm in to move it.
Yeah, yeah.
But the one thing we can try is if one of you wants to get on that side and push with me when the calf swings back towards you.
Oh yeah.
And we'll just see if we can get a bit of momentum on it that way.
Alright.
Yep. Partially. Stop there for a second. Yep, you can take the pressure off. You're okay.
Did you get it?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Partially. A bit more open, see? I can touch the head now. I couldn't before. Stop there. I think it's probably going to have to roll her. It's partially gone, but it's still a fairly heavy twist there.
So we've got to flip her. I hope you can hear me right with the mask on. So we've got to flip her and then untwist the uterus that way. We've got Bri today. It's a bit of a lucky dip who you get. Well, she's just said there's 6 large animal vets, so any one of them can come out, but they are working from home at the moment due to this pandemic.
Okay. Yep, just hold on. There you go. That's there we go. Right, so we're going to slowly turn her over, and I'm going to put my knees in on this calf.
Yep.
We're going to roll her that way, okay?
So pull now.
When everyone's ready, 1, 2, 3. That's it, keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Beautiful. All right, control the head. That's all right. Nice. Good work, team. Oh.
You've done it.
It's mostly there. Let's
do it
just
again.
sit her up. So, yeah, do that.
Completely off.
Yep.
We'll spin it around.
I need her quite a bit, so if we just sit her up, I think it'll sit in the right place. Let's spin that back leg in. That's right. Beautiful. Nice work. Yep.
All done.
All done, I think. Just loosen off like that. Beautiful. Have a get them, girl. Have a get them, girl. That's the one. Get proud of that. Good. Very nice.
So Bri's all finished now, and we have just put the heifer in this paddock here just to keep our eye on her. She's given her a shot of PG, which is to sort of induce pregnancy. It's a really fresh calving, so hopefully she can do it herself. We will just keep an eye on it and see if she calves this afternoon. If not, we might have to pull that calf out. But twisted uterus, that's our first one this year. We haven't had any for a couple of years, and then I think it was 3 or 4 years ago we had about 3 or 4 of them in a season, so they sort of come and go, I guess. But it's pretty much just like the sleeve of your arm, and the calf's at one end, and your sleeve's twisted and it's being pulled, so the calf can't get out. I think that's the best way I can describe it. So you've seen what we did, and it'd be interesting to see if she calves. But let's get into it. In my last video I said that we were pretty short on grass at the moment, and we are, but it's definitely warming up. Like, I just had to take my beanie off. It's, yeah, quite mild now, which is nice. And there's also rain on the way. I think tomorrow we're supposed to get a bit, and over the weekend. We are pretty low consumers of N in our farming system. Last year I think we put on 50 kilograms of nitrogen per hectare, which is considered quite low. We are capped here in New Zealand at 190, so we're well with under that. But I want to try something new this year, so we never usually put urea on, and I want to give it a go. So we've ordered enough to do the whole farm, put on 30 kilograms of nitrogen per application, so that's one round of the whole farm. And what I'm going to do is just follow the cows. So I'm going to go and put on some now, behind where the cows have been for the last couple of days, and hopefully that should get a little bit of growth. I think the response at the moment is about 10 to 1. So 1 kilo of nitrogen, you get 10 kilos of dry matter grown. And with urea there is 40, we'll say 46% nitrogen. So to put on 30 kilos of nitrogen, I've got to put on 65 kilos of urea. And I'm just going to put it on with the spreader that we've got. We bought this a couple of years ago. One thing I'm not sure on is the hole size down the bottom. So you can change it, obviously, it's pretty easy with the handle here. And there's just a few little clicks down the bottom, as you can see. So it just moves the pin in and out. But I'm not sure what setting to have it on. So what I'm going to do is I am going to measure out 65 kilos. I've got the scales here, and I'm just going to whack it in the spreader, and then I've got a hectare paddock just over there, so I'm going to put it on what setting I think and go and do it. And if I have some left by the end of it, that'll be about right, I reckon. And if I've got way too much, I'll just open it up a little bit, and if I use it too quickly, I'll close it up. It's pretty simple, really. So I think that might be about right there. That is on the 4th setting. I just need to get a spanner and change that, because that's the stopper, so you don't go too far. I'm hoping this works. Should be heavy enough. That is 8 kilos, 8.5. Well, it's going to be a few of these buckets then. Make sure these holes are shut. Right. It's actually more than I thought it was going to be. So already I think I haven't opened up the hole enough, and I'm going to have heaps left. I'll have to go another setting. But that's alright. Once I get this calibration sorted, I'll be good. I'll just put half a bag. Half a bag fits in here. These are 1,000 kilo bags, so I'll just put half a bag in and then go for it. So it's a little bit of mucking around at the start, but once I've got it, I should be right. Ideally, we want to get in the sort of near future about 110 horsepower tractor with a cab, maybe a little bit more. Well, I'd like to get like 120 horsepower tractor with a cab, and get sort of like a 1-ton spreader on it, so we can sort of just fit these 1-ton bags in it, and would be pretty ideal. Plus having a cab and a dicky seat, I can sort of take the kids with me, which is pretty handy. We already got 4 tractors, but what's one more? You know, when you're in summer and you got the sprayer on one, we use the little tractor with a mower plus the feeder wagon, and this one's here to load it up, so one more tractor would be pretty ideal. Alright, so done, and there's heaps left, so yeah, I need to make that hole bigger, way bigger. That's alright, I might just double or go over here twice, and I reckon that'll be about spot on, and then I'll have to bucket it in again, which is a bit annoying, but yeah, until I get it, might be a little bit of mucking around. So I've got it dialed in pretty well at the moment. It's probably going on a little bit light. It won't be going on at 65. I went up 2 notches and that was too much, so I've dialed it back 1. And yeah, like I said, it's going on a little bit light, but I'm not too worried because then I'll have some spares so I can go back round again at the end, or give it a couple of weeks and then go over again, even maybe 3 weeks. I don't know. It's all new to me, so sort of playing it by ear. So a bit of an update with the heifer, and I got the mask back on, so we had to get the vets back out. And we got Rebecca here, so we've had Emma, Martha, we had Briar, and now we've got Rebecca. So there's only 6 vets, I think, so we've had 4 of them out in the last 10 days, I think. But she didn't try, yeah, the calf wasn't coming, so we've got to pull it out. Rebecca's gone, the heifer is calved. It was pretty tight and yeah, it wasn't the easiest of calvings, but it's out now, so that's good. We're just going to leave her in this paddock next to the shed here, keep an eye on her. Interestingly enough, there's only one vet school or university in New Zealand, down at Massey. That's not the interesting part, but Rebecca was saying that these twisted uteruses, the lecturer at uni said she might only get 1 in her whole vet career. And she was saying that Te Awamutu, the area around here, is just, there's so many of them, it is unreal. In her first year, when she moved here or started, she got 10. So yeah, I don't know, there's something about Te Awamutu or their clinic, they get just way more than anywhere else in New Zealand, she said. Even the other close ones like Otrahonga and Cambridge, which are like half an hour distance, they don't get as many as they do here, so they don't know what it is, but there's something about it. Well, sometimes things don't go to plan. I was hoping to get a little bit more urea on tonight. I've still got a little bit to do, so I probably have to try and get it on tomorrow. I don't think it'll rain all day, so there might be patches where I can get out and do a little bit here and there. We've had about a week's worth of fine weather, so it's drying up, which is good. Not going to make too much of a mess driving around. I also got called, and the PK's coming tomorrow. It was supposed to be coming early next week, but there's a boat coming in and they need to unload that, so they want to bring it forward, which is fine by me, it doesn't matter. So I've swept the bin here, made it nice and tidy for them to dump off, and we've also, or I also inquired about getting a cover system for this bin here. I hate using that sort of poly over the top because you always lose a bit of mould down the back. Sort of, yeah, you can't shut the corners off properly, and down the side here, so that'll be interesting. It is fairly expensive sort of setup what I'm looking at, but you can't do the push off ones because obviously the maize stack's behind there, and I do make a little bit of money from YouTube. It's not much, and most of it goes back into my camera gear, and anything left over I was always going to put back into the farm, sort of for you guys. I can make videos about, so I'm thinking I might put some of that money that I have towards this setup. It's certainly not going to pay for all of it, but it might help with a little bit. But if you like the video, guys, give it a thumbs up, that'd be awesome. That's pretty much going to do it. I'm going to put this urea away so it's undercover. I've got a few more things to do and then it's knock off time, so see you next time.